was March 17th, 2015. Everyone on campus was getting ready to go out, including me. I found whatever green clothing I had, which wasn't very difficult. I met up with my friends at a party at 3 and was excited to celebrate. The streets were covered with students, some that didn't even go to our school. While we were out having fun, one of my friends started dancing with this guy. He didn't seem creepy or anything. It seemed like a normal situation at a party between a guy and a girl. But when the party suddenly had to move locations to a different house across the street, the guy she was with followed her. Not only did he follow her, but he took her to a creepy shed and started saying vulgar things to her. Nothing happened to her physically, but it was a very uncomfortable situation to be in with someone she had just met. I was completely unaware that this was all happening because I had gone off to say hi to some people I knew. I called her several times to see where she was, and when she finally answered me, she seemed fine. I told her to go across the street and I'd meet her at the front porch of the house. I saw her walk across the street, and this guy was still with her. I thought, oh, maybe she's more into him than I thought she was. This was not the case. But I didn't know it at the time. The day went on, and he was still there. He was introducing himself to all of our friends and would not leave my friend's side. At that point, I understood what his intentions with my friend were, but I was almost 100% positive she wouldn't go through with any of it. She told me later on that he was really creepy and he had been following her all day and she'd wanted to get away from him. Me, being an 18-year-old girl, did not know how to kindly tell a 22-year-old guy that he needed to leave my friend alone. I had to get one of my guy friends to do it because standing up to an older guy is a scary thing to do for someone of my age and stature. This situation constitutes a social inequality because I, as a young woman, was unable to help my friend, and the guy who was following her assumed that she would give in to him because she was quote-unquote a hot blonde. As women, my friend and I had to get help from a guy because in our society, a girl telling a guy to go away is a lot less effective than a guy telling another guy to go away. We don't have enough esteem in that group of people to be able to tell someone we don't want them around. However, our friend did because he is a male and it is his house. The social norms of a man taking care of a woman perpetuated our need to ask him for help. Men thinking women will give in to their desire if they ask enough is a dynamic that normalizes this inequality. They believe they gain cultural capital with every woman that says yes to them, which gives them a little too much confidence that can turn into being very creepy. It was also St. Patrick's Day, so many men expected sexual favors on this day, which is a norm this guy was not trying to break. I could have told the creepy guy to get away from my friend at some point in the day. However, this may not have been effective because he is older than me and bigger than me. Some guys are not as understanding as others, and I wasn't sure what kind of person he was. I also didn't know the entirety of the situation until that night when it got necessary to get him away from her. She had waited too long to tell me she really didn't want him around, and at that point I had no choice but to get someone of larger stature and different gender to handle the situation. My friend had the choice to tell him to go away, but was too afraid to use that free choice. However, she did not have the free will to leave because the guy just followed her wherever she went, and if she tried to hide, that could have led to a bigger confrontation.